welcome back. The ECOWAS Regional Electricity Regulatory Authority is the regulator of regional cross-border trade of electricity in West Africa, and the commitment of ECOWAS member states to achieve electricity interconnections for the pooling and sharing energy resources in the region, and is translated into action through the adoption of a number of provisions to establish appropriate legal and institutional framework. Now, this body, ERERA, did meet in Togo some days ago, early this week, and they got to talking about the framework of making this work and the importance or the essence of having a cross-border electricity supply among ECOWAS countries. We have joining us to bring us up to date on that, joining us virtually from Zanzibar in Tanzania, a council member. He's an economist also at the ECOWAS Regional Electricity Regulatory Authority, Dr. Haliru Diko. Good morning, Dr. Diko. Thank you for your time this morning.
Good morning.
So over there in Tanzania, I think you're about 2 hours ahead of Nigeria. So I guess this is afternoon for you. But bring us up to date, the last meeting you had in Togo, Lomé, Togo. What are some of the high points of that meeting?
Okay, thank you very much. I hope you can hear me loud and clear. I
can hear you, not clear, but loud.
Thank you very much. So I'm in Arusha, Tanzania. We are attending a meeting on the African Union programs on interconnections of the Africa. So, well, that is part of the infrastructure programs, and that is being pursued all over the world. We are trying to connect a sort of the entire African region is to create what we call the single electricity market for the region. Well, coming back to your question, first, it's a pleasure for me to be on this program, and I bring my well wishes to all the listeners of Channels Television all over the world. Yes, ERERA is doing a lot of consultation to come out with the best regulatory framework and policy to move the West African sub-region out of darkness we are in. We need to be in line with all other parts of the world. So at the last meeting we had, which was held in Lomé, Togo, we discussed a number of issues to move the sector forward. First, we are making preparation to the next meeting of the Council of Energy Ministers, which we hope will hold in Cotonou in October. So preparatory to that meetings, we have to discuss with all the stakeholders. The stakeholders here include the ministries in charge of energy, the national regulatory authorities, and the utilities. So we discussed with them about 3 key issues. Number one is the funding of ERERA. That is, ERERA as an independent regulatory authority need to be funded not by the government of West African countries, but by the utility, but by the consumers, so that the ERERA, like other regulatory institutions in the world, can function better and effectively and deliver and make sure that we are fair to the consumers. At least we could protect the interests of the consumers, and also we provide an open environment for the investors to come into the market. The second issue is the issue of harmonization of licensing terms and conditions. That has also been, that is one of the issues we discussed, because we believe, and it's a key to the success of any electricity market. The issue of licensing terms and conditions, that is the issues of who come into the market, and the issue of how do we exit the market, all these are critical. So these are some of the things we discuss. Although ERERA will not issue the license, but we have to harmonize what other African and West African countries will do, will follow in issuing the license, like what Nigeria will use, the terms and conditions Nigeria will use, the terms and conditions that will be applicable to Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, to Senegal, to Liberia, to Guinea-Bissau. All these countries we must still speak together with the same hand, with the same mouth, and we have the same terms and conditions for anybody who is coming in to be participating in the market. So these things we have done, and if we go to the Council of Ministers of Energy to deliberate, when they approve it, it becomes a law within the West African sub-region. The other issue is the issue of market monitoring. When you have the market, you have to monitor the performance of the market and also conduct a sort of a surveillance to ensure that, yes, the rules and regulations you have in the market are really working. And you have designed something which is a sort of, not a Chinese wall, but a sort of something very strong, concrete, that yes, the market is working. Those who did not follow the rules and regulations will be sanctioned, and the sanctions are going to be heavy to ensure that, yes, to monitor, to ensure that, yes, compliance is the key, because that is the only way you can develop a monopoly market. If you remember, electricity market is a monopoly. So a monopolist will always try to undercut, and certain extent cheat, and maybe they will not be keen into providing the required quality of service. But those licensing terms and conditions, the market monitoring and market surveillance document will ensure, yes, the market work the way it's supposed to be. So these are some of the things which we discussed at the last lobby meeting, which is part of the consultation which areas always went through before we come out with any regulations or shift or changes in the policy of the energy within the West African sub-region. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Diko. But just before we let you go, the issue of after and making after works, I believe that's also a component that comes in when you talk about cross-border electricity.
I didn't get the question. The issue of
after African Free Trade Agreement.
Yes. Okay. Well, the African Free Trade Agreement, is one of the things that that within the continent of Africa, people can move their goods and services without any restrictions. So it's key. Electricity is key to the effective participation or taking advantage of taking advantage of all the benefits of having a single trade organization like the one we are having. So electricity is key because that control your cost of production. To a certain extent, most of the manufacturing industry find out 30% of their cost of production is electricity. And in commerce, you find out a margin of 30% is very critical. So if you can get a cheaper and available energy, electricity, that will increase your competitive advantage. So I think that some of the things we are trying to, already the ACTA is already has been established and is hosted in Ghana. And now the African single electricity market is also trying to complement. But we, from the West African sub-regions, we have shortage of energy, and that will make our cost of production a little bit on the high side. So we have to take all the measures required to ensure that, yes, there is electricity in the region, so that we remain competitive and take advantage of all these economic activities. Otherwise, we continue to be dominated.
All right, Dr. Haliru Diko, thank you so much for your time. We do hope to have you back on the program when we have a better outlook of that. The council member and economist at the ECOWAS Regional Electricity Regulatory Authority.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. Have a nice day.
You too.